Hello everyone, in today's lecture we will see what is power swing and its effect on distance relay. So we will see that whether this swinging in power may affect the working of distance relay or not, and this answer we will soon discover. So we will start this with the definition that what is power swing. So power swing refers to the oscillations in active and reactive power flow in the transmission line. And when these oscillation in the apparent power and burst voltage is seen by the relay as an impedance swing on a RX diagram that we have already seen in the previous semester. And if this change in impedance enters the relay zone that we have seen in the previous semester, that there are three types of relay: impedance relay, reactance relay, and mode relay, and their RX characteristic. And if this change in impedance due to change in active and reactive power enters the relay zone, the relay will think that there is a fault and it will operate. So if this impedance trajectory enters a relay zone and if it stays there for sufficiently long time, then the relay will issue a trip decision on power swing. Fine. Now let us see. Now this is what we are talking about, that under steady state condition the rotor axis is fixed with respect to stator axis, whereas under disturbed condition, which may be due to the fault or sudden change in load that we refer to as power swing, the rotor swing around the final steady state value. And if the fault is not severe and sudden change is not very large, so as to take the system out of step of the synchronous machine. Now this, during swinging the rotor changes its angle and hence the current changes, assuming that the voltage to be practically constant. Now this result in the change in impedance. If there is a change in current and voltage is to be remain fixed, then this will result in the change in impedance. Now since the two quantities voltage and current are fed to distance relay, the impedance seen by the relay keeps on changing. Now because of this change in impedance, if this characteristic enters into the relay zone, the relay will operate because of the change in rotor angle. Now we will see then how the rotor angle swings. Now consider this diagram. This is the power angle curve of a machine, and let us assume that the machine is operating initially at power angle at rotor angle delta 0, and the power required at the time is P0. Now as there is a change in load, suppose the load is suddenly disconnected from the machine, but because of the inertia of the rotor, it cannot be stopped instantaneously, and the rotor angle will keep on changing from del 0 to del 1. Now taking this power angle back to the sine curve, it will give us the power is now operating power will be this, and the rotor will del 1. Now as per the equal area criteria angle, in order to make area A1 equals to area A2, the angle swings maximum up to del max. This, and power reached maximum will be P max. So now as there is a change in load, the angle changes from del 0 to del 1 to del max. So this is what it is seen, that is it is wrote over here, that the result that whenever there is a change, during the swinging of the rotor angle changes, and hence the current changes, assuming the voltage to be practically constant. Now consider this machine. Now let us consider single two machine systems connect to a transmission line of impedance ZL. This is ZL is the impedance of the transmission line. Now EA and EB are the generator voltage at the two ends, and we assume that the system is purely reactive. This EA and EB are the two generating ends, and the system is assuming to be purely reactive. Now the voltage EA leads voltage EB by an angle delta, so that the power can be flow from A to B during steady state. Now the relay under consideration is located at bus A. This is the position of the relay where we have placed the distance relay. Now as we have already seen that the power angle diagram, the initial operating angle of the generator is delta 0, and as there is a change in load, it will changes from position delta 0 to delta 1 and goes maximum up to delta max. So wait. Now we will see what happens in this case. Now in this case, ZR is the impedance seen by the relay. ZR is equals to ER upon IR. IR is the current carries in this transmission line. So where ZR is the impedance seen by the relay. Now what is IR current through the relay? It is equals to EA minus EB upon ZA plus ZB plus ZL. This ZA plus ZB plus ZL is equals to ZT, the total impedance of the transmission line. Now what is ER? The voltage at relay A. This is equals to EA minus IR into ZA. This is ER. ER is equals to EA minus IR into ZA. Now from this point, ZR is equals to ER. Substituting the value of ER, EA minus IR and ZA, and putting IR is equals to this. So we get ZR is equals to this term. Now separating the numerators, making these two terms differently. That is EA upon ZT upon EA minus EB minus ZR upon this one. Now taking EA constant from this term, we will get ZT upon 1 minus EB minus A minus ZA. Why ZA over here? Added IR into ZT is the voltage drop from this point to this point, and EA minus EB is the potential drop between these. So cancelling out each other, it will lead to 1. So we will get the final term will be ZR is equals to 1 upon 1 minus EB upon EA into ZT minus ZA, which further changes to this one. That the detail of this mathematical I will give you in your notes how it arrives. So the final term we reaches is this one. That now we have put K is equals to EA upon EB. Here K is real and have values equal to less than or greater than unity. When K equal to 1, we will get ZR is equals to ZT by 2 minus ZA minus this one. In this case, this term, which is ZT upon 2 minus ZA, this term is known as constant offset term. This term is known as constant offset term, and this term minus J ZT upon 2 cot delta by 2, this is the perpendicular line segment. This is the perpendicular line segment. What I am talking about, I will tell you in this diagram. Now this equation will represent a equation family of circle with K as parameter. In this case, in this equation, in the previous equation, we said that there is a K which is parameter and delta is the variable. Now the center of the circle lies on a straight line indicated by ZT on a RX diagram. This is the RX diagram we are talking about, and the center of the circle lies on this ZT. Now for all the values of K greater than unity, the center of the swing impedance loci will be located in the first quadrant. In this case, it will be located in the first quadrant. And for all the values of K less than 1, the center of the locus impedance will lie in the third quadrant. And for K equal to 1, the center lies on the straight line which is perpendicular bisector of the total impedance ZT. This K equal to 1 is the perpendicular by the impedance lie on this line. So from the previous equation, we have seen that for a particular value of delta and different value of K, the swing impedance loci are circular arcs for all the value of delta except delta equal to 180 degree. So in this case, when cot 180 by 2, that is cot 90, we will get a perpendicular bisector line which shows the case of this K equal to 1. Now two families of swing impedance loci are orthogonal to each other. One circle is located in this direction, other circle these both are orthogonal to each other. And the swing impedance loci corresponding to K as parameter and delta as variable, and we are mostly concerned about this only. Now we will see what happened next. So the phasor diagram, or we can say the phasor diagram from the origin, that is the relay location, to any point on the impedance stance will give us the impedance seen by the relay. Now since the nodal voltage of the system are practically constant, so we will get k equal to 1. So if k equal to 1, the entire thing will lies on this straight line, and hence the effect of power swing is generally seen from the swing impedance loci to k equal to 1, that is on this straight line. This straight line we will see the effect of change in impedance on this line only. So as the angle delta increases, impedance seen by the relay will move along the swing impedance loci during swinging. The angle will move like this in this direction, the impedance will move in this direction. Now for a certain value of delta ZR, the line may intersect the impedance characteristic at point P. Now in this case we have seen the three impedance and the characteristic of all the three distance relay. This outer circle, in this case the origin is this point, center of this point. So this is the Rx diagram of impedance relay, this is the Rx diagram of Moore relay, and this is the Rx diagram of reactance relay. So in this case the line intersect, the impedance characteristic intersect at point P, and the relay may trip at the impedance seen by the relay lies in this operating zone, even when it is a power swing rather than a fault. So it is clear from this figure that only Moore relay, this one, only Moore relay has the least tendency for the operation during swinging as compared to the impedance relay, which is highly prone for this operation. It can also be seen from this figure that in order to avoid the malfunction of distance relay during a swing, the characteristic will be modified, and it will take the shape of a rectangle, rather to be circular it should be more elliptical. This is what that there will be a change in the characteristic if we want to get less prone to the change in power. So that's it. Thank you.